Scott, I want to make sure there's 35 pounds of air in that tire. And we got to make sure that lug nut's on there real tight. This is real important. We can't lose this spare tire, and we got to make sure there's 35 pounds in that tire, too.
His name is Walker Evans, and his breed has helped make off-road racing one of America's most exciting sports. For there is nothing timid about this man or the truck he chooses to drive, a Ram-tough Dodge truck. They're at the top of their class wherever they race. In the 1979 Baja 1000, the toughest of all races, no one, including motorcycles, crossed the finish line before Walker Evans.
The most recognizable name to ever compete in the championship off-road racing series is the legendary Walker Evans, whose benchmark off-road career got started some 30 years ago after stumbling into a shop owned by actor James Garner in Southern California.
I had a neighbor that invited me to go out to Hemet to look at a bunch of vehicles that they were putting together, and jumped in a pickup, drove out there, and wow, when I walked through the door, there was 10 vehicles all lined up. They were cutting the fender wells open on them, putting on big shocks and tires, and I said, wow, I got to be a part of this. We're right now sitting with 13 big zeros, so you know, it doesn't get any better than that. And I might say in rock crawling, if you've got a score of a 0 on an obstacle, that means you've done it perfectly. And we've done 13 of them. We got 14 to go, or one more to go, which is the number 14. We're standing here, it's right behind us. It looks tough, but I'm sure I can get over it.
Okay, what do you think?
I think it's just a little bit soft in the intermediate range, so if you could tighten the shock up a little bit on the compression side, we'll probably be really in good shape.
Okay.
Testing it like this is really important to get all the bugs worked out of the car. You know, the cars have been stripped completely to the bare frame, been put back together. We need to run them, put some time on them to make sure everything's seated in and everything's in its right place.
And we'll see how it is and come back on in and we'll see how it feels.
After we leave today, work kind of just begins. We got to go home and go through the whole car again. We won't disassemble the whole car, but we will go over every nut and bolt and make sure everything's perfect, everything's seated in, and everything's ready to go. Today we're going to start off by doing a short run, couple miles, make sure the setup on the car is okay, it's got the right springs, the right valving, make sure we don't have any oil leaks, and general steering and the fuel for the car, and make sure everybody's happy. When he comes in, he gives us some feedback and lets us know how the car is working, whether it, the shocks are okay, he's happy with the ride height, he's happy with the steering, just a general consensus on what's going on.
I see a young guy that's coming up, looks like he's got some talent, and his vehicle is just purely not handling good, whether it be the shocks, wrong springs, or tires or whatever. I'm the first one to give him a little advice, and if he takes it, so much the better.
He's touched probably 2/3 to 3/4 of the people here. He's had them actually work for him, mechanics, engine builders, drivers. It's amazing what Walker Evans' organization has done.
I want to do the same thing Walker did for me, If anybody wants to come in here and I can show them and help them get in off-road racing, I'd be more than happy to, because that's what Walker Evans did for me.
True to his legend, Walker finished off his final season by winning the Core Championship in '99, just one of his 20 titles in a storied off-road career. And while it's true 20 crowns and 30 seasons of racing is a staggering achievement, his true legend reaches far beyond his racing exploits. Without question, Walker's greatest legacy is the legendary heart he's instilled in son Evan, who lost the use of his legs in a motorcycle accident 10 years ago.
When I was laying there paralyzed, I told myself I'm not going to let my legs not working stop me from racing. This is the love of my life. I've been around it my whole life watching my father race, and I wasn't going to not race just because my legs didn't work.
When he was laying on the operating table, just before they went in to open his back all up, he said, "I will be back." And I said, "I know you will, I know you will." I had no idea that he had the confidence, the desire, the burning desire that I just talked about. He possessed way more than me. Look where he's at. He builds his own cars, hand controls, goes out there and wins races. A paraplegic bouncing through that kind of stuff, phenomenal.
I just want to keep that Evans name and tradition going, and I just want to make him as proud as he's made me over the years.
10 weekends, 30 races. It had all come down to the final race of the season. The Manufacturers' Point Championship was tied. The team that finished ahead of the other would win the title. Oakland Alameda Coliseum, bottom of the ninth, scored tied. The home team needed someone like Jose Canseco to hit a real home run. The racing was fierce as it had been all year, and that was saying something. While the competition was sitting by the roadside or banging into somebody, we kept our noses clean, kept them pointed in the right direction. Once again, we got both trucks to the finish line. I got credit for the win. That was good news, of course. But the best news was we won the Manufacturers' Championship for Dodge. The crew had a well-deserved celebration. They worked long and hard, and they deserved it. That number one looked mighty good going up on that championship banner.